I am live. Coon Hunters Outdoors Ministries is live. Set my phone up working. Alright. Episode number 42. Happy birthday. Oh, there she is. As my guest. Well, there we go. I click this to bring her in stage. Hello there.
Hi, how are you?
Hi- Oh, how you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Doing dang near Skippy.
Good.
I am glad to have you on the show tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah, I've been I've been jamming y'all's music a lot this week, so I'm excited.
Awesome.
And of course, we play y'all's music on Quake Radio, and I'm sure you know Jason Katz. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, I appreciate you guys playing it. Definitely.
that's cool. That's cool. Um, so okay, we got two people in here. Everybody share the live. Tell your friends, your family that we're live. Got a good show tonight. So introduce who you are and what band you are of.
So yeah, I'm Jennifer Benson with the band Ignescent from the Chicago area.
That's awesome. So if y'all haven't, y'all need to go listen to their music. Christian rock music, praising Jesus. It's really great. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, we play the music on Quake RYC Praise News and Music is Therapy. Really great music, and I gotta say, you got a heavenly voice. Like just to listen to your voice is like echoes.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, so let me do this here. All right, so I got y'all's Facebook scrolling at the bottom there,
Okay, cool.
and then also I'm gonna post it in the comment section that way people can follow y'all's page that way.
Okay, awesome.
Go like Ignescent here, paste. Let's see. I have. How are you doing today?
Good. Good. It's been a crazy day, but it's been beautiful actually. Pretty warm, so that's good. How are you doing?
Doing dang near Skippy. You can't beat
Awesome.
it. Yeah, if you dang near Skippy, you bouncing off the walls with good. Let's
Yeah, the weather
see.
has been awesome here, so you never know with Chicago what you're gonna get, but I'm pretty happy.
Oh, I bet y'all get bipolar like snow one minute, next
Yeah,
minute it's hot and
yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah, you never know. It's like I think it was like a month ago, we had snow for a few days, and then the next day it was like 60s. It's all over the place.
wow, that's crazy. All right. Hey Cliff, what's up, buddy? Hello, Peter Russell. How you doing? All right, so there's their Facebook page. Y'all can click that link and go like Ignescent. And also, let me change the banner here to the bottom. And that's their YouTube on the banner is scrolling across there. So y'all go follow their YouTube also. So I tell you what, I've been playing a lot of y'all's music here this week. I got one
Okay.
song in particular that I really really like off the new album.
Okay.
So talk about the new album.
Yeah. So a lot of the songs were co-written with Jeremy Valentine and Brandon Wolf of the band New Year's Day. We have Not Today that was co-written with Josiah Prince of Disciple and Kevin Young. Yeah, I know I love them. Kevin Young
Yes.
of Disciple actually is featured on it. He sings on the second verse and he's in the music video. And And then we have Billy Gray of Fozzy in a few of our music videos, and Not Today. He's in that one too. He's in Monster You Made. And then we actually have a music video being released in July for our song Under Attack. And Billy Gray is featured in that too, with Fozzy. And but it was kind of crazy, like how the whole thing came about. Um, and just getting the whole thing done. Like I had booked so many shows last summer, and um, just to get out there and share music. And we didn't know that we were going to be with a label when we were getting those shows booked, and they wanted everything done by like last July, and um, it was kind of like a big scramble of just writing songs like quickly and getting everything done, and plus doing shows at the same time. But it was a lot of fun, and we're just blessed to be able to, have that opportunity. And so yeah, so we're really excited. And I don't know if you've heard, but then Not Today hit like number one on Christian Rock for like 2 weeks in a row. So yeah, super
Yes,
excited. Yeah.
that is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah. So that was a huge blessing. And yeah, we've just had so much going on. And one of our songs, one of my favorite songs off the album, just because it means a lot to me, is called You're Not Alone. Um, and that's just something I was just talking about, people that, and I struggle with anxiety, I struggle with depression. And so that's just a song that just is encouraging others that no matter what they're going through, that God loves them and that they're not alone. So yeah, I mean, that's a lot about the album. And we just have like a ton of shows coming up. This fall we'll be, at a bunch of festivals. We'll be playing main stage at Life Fest, and um, we'll be also playing on the Edge stage at Life Fest, like right before Disciple. So pretty stoked about that. And we'll be at Soul Fest, and City on the Hill, and a bunch of different fests. So we're really excited about that.
That is awesome because I'm a huge Disciple fan. They're like in my top three, top four groups, and I've seen them twice. And like
Awesome.
Josiah is legendary. Like anybody that's ever done any kind of Christian music has probably done work with Josiah at least once in their life.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. He's
And
amazing.
they're nice people. Like they were super nice to me the times I met them. So
Really?
that was cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, he's so down to earth, super nice guy. So yeah. Yeah.
So
We
that's a big deal that y'all got to work with Disciple because they've been a band I think since '93, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, long time, long time. Yeah, we actually got to go to Nashville and do some of the co-writing there in Nashville. So that was really cool, and record at his studio and hang out. So that was a lot of fun.
Wow, that is cool. So what is if you had to pick a dream collaboration, a dream artist to do a song with?
That's not-
That's right, Cliff. We went to Birmingham and saw him, or right above Birmingham. Um, so what's your dream artist you'd want to work with, do a song with?
My dream artist would be Lacey Sturm of Flyleaf and
Oh
John
yes,
Cooper of Skillet. Those two. Um,
that's cool.
yes, if I could like collaborate a song with them and have them be a featured artist, that would be awesome.
Oh look, well maybe somebody's listening that's got connections and say, hey, John Cooper hit Ignescent up.
That's right. That would be awesome. You never know.
So do you ever listen to Striper?
Yes. Yeah. So we actually opened for Striper a few years back.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. I've talked to Michael Sweet a few times too. And um, actually, Striper is on our label on Frontiers, which is pretty cool. But
That is
yeah,
cool.
I think their music is amazing. I would love to do more shows with them and get on a tour with them or something. But yeah, I think they're awesome. Their music is awesome.
Cause they're my favorite band of all time, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those people when I meet, and I know most of you guys are just regular down to earth folks like me,
Yeah.
But like I ain't gonna lie, when I met the guys in Striper, except I didn't get to meet Timothy Gaines because he's not with the band anymore.
Uh-huh.
But when I met them at the new tour they did for the last album, which shockingly they didn't sing a single new song from the new album. I didn't understand that, but it was by far the best show. And like I nerded out meeting them. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Michael
It,
Sweet, it's Robert, it's Oz Fox, man, really. And like that was the coolest experience that I can ever remember. And like I met them at that show when they played, and it was cool to see a Christian band
yeah.
play a casino because it was in Biloxi, Mississippi, and they played at the Hard Rock Casino.
Oh,
And I was
nice.
like, wow, all these people going to the casino for other stuff other
Yeah.
than Jesus, and they get to hear Jesus music. How cool is that?
That's awesome. I love that.
So yeah, that was by far the highlight of my career was meeting them. And as far as they didn't put on the flashiest show I've ever seen, but as far
Uh-huh.
as metal in your face, it was
Yeah.
the best.
Awesome. Awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah, that so I use the verse Isaiah 53:5 King James, and it's let's see, he was um he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we're healed. And so, like that, I use that verse for my ministry. That's my main verse I use, and it's because of them.
Uh-huh.
Because every single album they've ever done, they put that verse
Yeah.
as their album, which I got one of their CD booklets here,
Oh,
and they put
awesome.
they put that verse on every single album they've ever done. They're not afraid to show people,
Yeah.
Jesus. So that's
Yeah.
cool.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah. I remember when we opened for them, they were handing out Bibles too and everything. It was so cool.
Oh, that is awesome. I've heard stories. Like I'm 38, but I
Uh-huh.
heard like there's one video, and sadly, whoever posted the video on YouTube didn't do too good of a job because I'm a social media nerd, so I kind
Uh-huh.
of I kind of noticed the small things. But
Right.
somebody took the video of their first performance at
Uh-huh.
the Dove Awards,
Yeah.
and they sang my favorite song, "Makes Me Want to Sing," and it's cool they somebody got that video from the original performance put on YouTube,
Hmm.
but you have to watch two different videos to see the whole entire clip because they skipped some of the scene and didn't put on one of the videos.
Uh-huh.
But like one of the things they talk about on there is say, well, I don't remember the host's name, but he was talking about one of the things Striper always does is they distribute Bibles to all their fans at shows.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. They did that back in the 80s. And then
Uh-huh.
at the show I was at, they even handed out some little bitty ones to people.
Oh, that's really cool. That's so cool.
So that's
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So what is the biggest show y'all have ever done?
That's a good question. Um, well, last year we opened for Skillet. That was really cool at Lakes Jam in Minnesota. And that was like it was Puddle of Mud, Shaman's Harvest, us
Ooh,
and Skillet. And it was an awesome show. It was just so much fun. Got to hang out and talk to John Cooper a bit, and so that was really cool. He's super down to earth, such a nice guy. Um, so I would say, yeah, that's probably one of our biggest ones. We played at Rockfest as well. We're playing this year at Rockfest, same day as Jelly Roll. So
oh,
we're doing
cool.
that one, and yeah, that's really cool. We played at this place called the Forge in Joliet, and opened for like OTEP, and we've opened for Saliva. Um, Trying to think. Um, yeah, a lot of different bands, like a Storm, September Morning. Um, I think
Wow.
I think this year will be our biggest one at Life Fest because we played there for many years, but this is the first time we're playing on the main stage same day as Newsboys.
Ooh,
So, and in Oshkosh, Wisconsin in July. So that I'm really excited about. Like I can't wait. I'm so excited.
wow. Because
Yeah.
I tell you what, the Newsboys, I'm such a big fan of theirs. They're one of my other favorites. I've seen them 10 times in concert, and
Really?
to be able to say you can play on the same main stage as the Newsboys, that's a
Yeah.
big deal.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
You know
honored.
you've
I
made it as
love
a
them. They're
band.
awesome. I know. Yeah,
That's
I'm
cool.
kind of in shock right now, but
Oh,
but
maybe the Newsboys will want to do a song with y'all.
that would be awesome. Oh wow, that would be incredible. That would
Because
be
I mean, just think. So okay, you got Michael Tate, and then of course now you have oh shoot, my mind, Adam Ag, Michael
uh-huh.
Tate, Adam Ag plus your voice. That would be the most epic song ever.
Oh, thank you. That would be fun. Hopefully one day. That's actually a great idea. But
Hey, hopefully they just happen to be listening to my little old show, and they might hit you up.
that's right. That's right. That would be awesome.
You know, one of the things I noticed about them is like Jody Davis. Like I've been such a big fan of theirs for years. I've seen the original lineup with Peter Furler and
Uh-huh.
Phil Joel, and then finally got to meet them several years ago. I hadn't met Peter or Phil,
Uh-huh.
but when I met Michael Tate now, it was at a church in Mobile, Alabama,
Yeah.
and they did a Q&A session, and I was asking them different questions, and one of them
Mhm.
I asked them because I'm a big fan of anything American made,
Yeah.
and I asked them, I said, "What instruments do y'all use that are American made?" And I'm sure nobody's ever asked them that.
Uh-huh.
And then Michael Tate said, "Well, you know what?" He said, "Our guitarist Jody Davis, he builds his own guitars, and he builds them in the back of the tour bus on tour."
No way.
And I was like, "That is so cool!" And I've actually seen that since. Like you can actually, it was either on the Newsboys Facebook or Jody Davis's Facebook, whichever
Yeah.
one. But he actually hand makes all his guitars, and a lot of times he doesn't have time to build them at his home, so he makes them on the road while they're on tour.
Oh wow, that's awesome. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, that is neat. I was floored when he said that because I figured they, like a lot of bands and artists, they're sponsored or they just use whatever brand. But
Yeah.
then they said he makes them himself. I'm like, well, that's impressive.
That is impressive. Wow, that's pretty awesome.
um, so I'm gonna play this song here, and I love this song, and um, I hope a lot of people's tuning in. All right, we got 4 people watching. I'd love for my friend Jessica to tune in because I'd love for Jessica to hear this song. But this is such an awesome song. So you just talked about this song, and you're not alone. And I love this song. I've been playing it all day,
Oh
and
really?
I got it from Amazon Music. So, and I
Aw-
plan on buying some CDs to support y'all.
Awesome. Thank you. Really appreciate that.
So I want everybody to listen to this song. Well, first, share this live out. We need at least 10 people watching. That way they can hear this awesome song. But y'all let me know what y'all think of this song. I'm fixing to play this.
Another day gone by. I long to be by your side, but you're not here with me. You're so far away. Wish you could come and stay. Feels like eternity. And when the quiet's loud and those who seem too proud, they all stop listening. When you feel like fading now, I will be here somehow to hear your heart and dreams.
Wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. All right, Cliff says that's a pretty awesome song. I like it.
Oh,
Peter
thank
says so meaningful, empowering every time. Cliff says just know God is by your side all the time and you're never alone. Ain't that awesome,
you.
Cliff?
Amen. Love that. That is so true. That is so true. I love that.
That is awesome. So we had a question from Peter. Peter says, fun question for, if I may, what one secular band that you've been influenced by or enjoyed music by would you want to come see God?
Ah, wow, that's a great question. Um, wow. Um, what one secular band? I mean, all of them, of course. Everyone, but um, um, trying to think. Trying to think of like people that we've encountered and talked to, and um, yeah. I mean, we played with band, Puddle of Mud. I mean, um, and got to talk to their drummer a bit, and that I mean that would be awesome, to see them come
Oh
back.
yeah,
But
they're legendary.
yeah, yeah. Metallica, like what I mean?
Oh
Uh,
yes, that'd
yeah,
be epic.
that would be epic.
See James Hetfield and Lars Ulrich come to Jesus. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, yeah, that would be like, yeah, that'd be incredible.
So we
Um,
got another fellow Christian rocker in here. We got Joshua Redden in here, the lead singer of Malcore in the building.
oh hey, how are you doing?
He is awesome. I interviewed him a few weeks ago, and I bought the new Malcore album on CD, and I encourage everybody to go buy that.
Awesome. I actually just talked to him. I think it was last week. That's so cool.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Peter's just sorry to put you on the spot like that. I tell you what, um, that's awesome, Joshua. That's awesome. I'm glad to see you tuned in, buddy. So, do you like Scott Stapp and Creed? Do
What did you say?
you like Scott Stapp and Creed?
Yes, I love Scott Stapp and I love Creed. Yes,
So I'm
def-
a huge fan of both, and my brother Blake.
yeah.
Yeah, we're doing good, Joshua. Thank you. So my brother Blake's been a huge Creed fan since day one. He's got to meet and do guitar lessons with Mark Tremonti, and then
Oh
he's
wow.
met Scott Stapp twice. One of the stories he just told me, I don't know if Blake's watching or not,
Yeah.
but one of the stories he just told me was he went on the Creed cruise
Uh-huh.
recently,
Uh-huh.
and when he got tickets, they sold out instantly. I'm talking about within a few minutes,
Wow. Wow.
and I it sounded like it was a few minutes. Well, anyways, he went to
Yeah.
go buy a ticket, and his card wouldn't go through,
Yeah.
and then they all got booked up, and then at the last minute, somebody had to cancel their ticket,
Hmm.
and he bought the last ticket available that,
No
that come up,
way.
and
Wow. What are the odds of that? Like that's insane.
yeah, and so, oh, that's pretty cool, Joshua. Yeah, Scott Stapp is actually better on his own in Alter Bridge. I agree that they're both. I've seen both. I've seen Alter Bridge. I haven't seen
Yeah.
Creed. I haven't seen Scott Stapp, but I have seen Alter Bridge.
Uh-huh.
And John says he was on the Creed cruise. That's cool. So one of the things that stood out to me was um, Blake City. Three Doors Down was on the cruise,
Uh-huh.
and I've always been a big Three Doors Down fan.
Yeah.
And uh, I wish I could think. What's the lead singer of Three Doors Down's name?
Oh man. I don't
I
I
should
can't
know it because I'm a
I
big
should know
fan.
too. I can't think of it right now. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Man, what is his name? Anyways,
Yeah.
Bradley. No, I should have their CDs somewhere. I got a bunch of them. Anyways, so Blake was talking about how Three Doors Down was there, and
Hmm.
I'd always noticed because I like to read. I love these CDs. I collect CDs, and I
Awesome.
love I love reading the back of them. Like for instance, so this is the new Mako album right there, Joshua. And the cool thing about a lot of CDs, I love reading the thank yous. And of course, you can get CDs autographed like this one, pretty
Hmm.
cool.
Cool.
And so I love reading the thank yous in there. And I've always read in the back of the thank yous for Three Doors Down.
Uh-huh.
that the lead singer always thanked God. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
But then
that's
you listen to
awesome.
and you listen to some of their songs, it's like, really?
Yeah.
But he's always been doing that for I don't know how long. And
Yeah.
then so Blake said when he got on there and he said, oh, he was playing basketball with Scott Stapp.
Uh-huh.
And um oh, there we go. Marco and the Ignescent collab.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so he was talking about they were playing like horse or something. He was playing basketball with Scott Stapp. I was like, dude, that's pretty cool.
That is
Scott
cool.
Stapp of all people. Well,
Yeah.
then he said that when both Creed and Three Doors Down got up to play, he sent me some videos, or his wife did,
Uh-huh.
and they were both shouting out Jesus on that cruise full of thousands of people. They're probably not Christians,
Uh,
and he said they had no problem shouting out Jesus and telling everybody what Jesus done for them. And then he said when Three Doors Down got up there,
yeah.
he said the lead singer was all about Jesus. The first thing he said was told his testimony. I was like, that
Really?
is so cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like I knew, I just kind of read. I always read in the back of these books. That's like the lead singer of Shinedown. Now I
Yeah.
don't know if he's a Christian or not, but I
Yeah.
noticed in the back of a lot of the Shinedown books I got, he
Yeah.
always thanked God in the back of it. And I'm
Awesome.
like, and just because somebody thanks God doesn't mean they're necessarily a Christian, but it
Right.
gives you hope that they probably are. And
Right.
Brad, that's his name. Brad, that's his name.
Uh-huh.
And let's see. Let me
Yeah,
see
that's
what Joshua says in the studio right now, working on some new tunes.
oh nice.
Oh man, that is so cool. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think if y'all ever do a collab with Mark Horn Ignescent and do a video, I think that'd be epic.
That would be fun. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. We
So
actually have
Tony,
a new song coming out May 21st, and someone is featured on it. I can't say who, but
oh awesome.
yeah, yeah. In like less than 3 weeks, so I'm super excited about that. Um, yeah, yeah.
So Tony asked, "Do you play
Mhm.
guitar?"
Do I play? Not really. I wish I did. I play like a little bit piano. I've taken a few years of piano, but guitar, I would love to learn, but unfortunately, I don't. Maybe one day.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Jason says, "Shout out to Jen and keeping the rock going in Chicago."
Thanks.
Shout out to Jason. He's the owner of Quake Radio that I work with. So shout out to my buddy Jason.
Awesome.
Um, let's see. The world is more hungry for Jesus than they really know exactly. Joshua says that is cool. There's a new Ignition tune. Praying it goes awesome and reaches many. Yeah, me too, Joshua. That's great.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm excited to hear your guys' new songs. That's awesome. You guys are recording.
Yeah, War Cry is the newest single off the album,
Uh-huh.
and that is by far the coolest song.
Awesome.
Let's see. Okay, so Tony says, do you and your band ever do acoustic sets?
Yeah, we do. We'll be doing one at Soulfest actually um, this summer, and yeah, we do some here and there. We prefer, the live show is just with the full band and um, electric and all that. Just a lot of fun. But last year we also did an acoustic set at Life Fest, so sometimes we do.
Okay, Marcus, that's right, Marcus. Brad Arnold, that's right. I knew it was Brad something. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Brad Arnold's the lead singer of Three Doors Down.
Who
So
doesn't?
the
Nice.
reason why
Awesome.
reason why Tony asked, so this is Tony's page.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if you can see it, but it's called Music Crush Monday.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he's got a page, and every Monday he lets a country artist or a Christian artist take over his page for about an hour,
Okay.
and they play acoustic music, and
Okay.
and he prefers original songs, but if they want to
Oh.
throw in some covers, that's good.
Okay.
And he does that to promote their music, give them a platform. And then if you
Uh-huh.
guys be interested, y'all can message Tony Viggins there, and then he
Okay.
can get y'all set up because there's a lot of he's got like 8,000 followers on his page, so they could hear Jesus
Okay.
music.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Would love to do that. Thanks. That would be awesome.
So send them a message, Tony, to Ignescent's Facebook, or look
Yeah, I
up
will
Jennifer
definitely be
Benson.
interested in doing that. Thanks.
Cool. So, and if anybody's watching, go like Music Crush Monday on Facebook. Um, yeah, I'm glad you tuned in, Tony. Yeah, share this live out, Tony, if you would. Um, so what is the wildest show y'all have ever done?
Um, the wildest show, I would probably say Rockfest. It was a few years back, and um, the weather was like super crazy. It was, I don't know, it was fine, and then all of a sudden, like when we were supposed to play, because we were supposed to play like two, I think it was three times actually that day. Um, so we went, and then it started just like getting super windy. This guy ran past me and said, "I'm gonna die," and like and like the porta potties and just everything started blowing over. Like it was like tornado weather in Wisconsin. It was insane. Um,
Wow.
so yeah, I was freaking out a bit. So we got in our car because that's all we had, and then it was like shaking like this, and I was just praying. I'm like, I really hope we're gonna be okay. And we're not gonna like totally blow away. So that was a little bit insane, but
Wow.
it was crazy weather for like an hour, and then all of a sudden it like calmed down. It was like super calm, and we saw these cool little bubble clouds, which I've never seen in my entire life. It was so cool, and it cleared up. It was a muddy mess, but we were able to play the last two sets. So that was incredible, but there was mud everywhere. My shoes had mud, like on stage there was mud. It was just insane, but the crowd was electric. It was so cool. We just had a blast, um, and it was just packed. People didn't care. They came back after the storm, and we had so much fun. Um, though I think that was the show, like our bass player, because there's like a big stage, and then there's a drop off in the back, um, and there's no stairs, and so our bass player was there. Thankfully, it was like between sets, not during the show, but our bass
Mm,
player was there, and then he wasn't there, so he somehow dropped off the back of the stage, but he was okay. So
wow.
that was a crazy show,
That
but it
is
was a blast.
wild. That's nuts.
Yeah, we had fun, and then there was another show in Chicago um, that we played, and I was walking out like in the crowd and everything, and this guy just randomly picked me up, and I'm like I was not expecting that, and I started to get past, and then yeah, he just kind of carried me. I don't know. It was just I'm like, what is happening? But that was a little insane, but the crowd had fun with it, and I was okay, so it was fun. It was fun. So yeah, that was probably two of the craziest shows that we've done.
That is cool. So Tony wants to know, is there any Georgia shows?
Oh, we're booking a tour for October now, and it's gonna be in the South more. So I'm kind of waiting from the agent on the routing. So there might be a Georgia show in October. We played Atlanta I think it was last summer. But yeah, currently there's nothing booked, but hopefully we'll have something to announce soon.
And Tony says, come to 37 in Maine.
37 in Maine. Okay.
That must be a local venue, Tony.
Where where in Georgia? Is that like Atlanta or?
Tony lives, let's see, he lives in Lawrenceville, Georgia, which
Oh,
is about an hour near Atlanta, so it's close to Atlanta.
yeah, I know where that's at. I have some family there. Huh, that's cool.
Okay, cool. Let's see. All right, so I'm gonna comment there. Buford, Georgia. Okay,
Okay. Awesome.
that is awesome. So if y'all get any South Alabama dates or South Mississippi dates, I'm going.
Okay. I will definitely let you know. I know for sure I would hope we'd have some Tennessee, Kentucky, but yeah, but hopefully Georgia and Alabama.
And if anybody's, if see, Marcus says, what's the average crowd size for a show?
Um, for a Ignescent show or just uh yeah, it kind of varies. I mean, um yeah, it's all over the place. Like Rock Fest. I mean, it was thousands of people, so um, that was pretty cool. But there's some places we haven't really toured much, um, so it kind of varies, I would say.
That's cool. I bet you, that was tons of people at Rockfest.
Yeah, Rock Fest was packed. In Wisconsin, Life Fest was packed. That was cool. Yeah, yeah. And last year it was really cool. I think it was last March or the year before. It was 2022. We released an EP. And so we had like an album or an EP release show before like a year before we did our album and released that. And Samir Bhattacharya of Flyleaf played with us at some
Wow.
of the shows, like the local shows here in Chicago and Wisconsin. Um, so that was pretty awesome. We did some like radio interviews with Will Rock in Chicago, and Samir joined us. We got to do like an acoustic set there and an interview, and he actually yeah, he was with us with that and doing those shows. So that was really a huge honor because I'm a huge fan of Flyleaf. So
Oh, that is awesome. That is
that was
cool.
that was a lot of fun. That was pretty fun.
Have y'all ever done a show with POD?
No, that is definitely on my bucket list. We've
I've never
submitted.
seen them live, but that's one of my groups on my bucket list to see Sonny Sandoval and
Really?
yeah, I would love to see and see people don't realize like I know I don't because you never see POD on like Christian tours. They're usually on the mainstream tours, but they're still a Christian band, and
Right.
people don't know that POD stands for payable on death, which
Yeah.
is the price Jesus paid for our, so,
Right.
so
Yeah.
pretty cool that's what their name means.
That is awesome. Yeah, they're amazing. I haven't seen them live either, but um, hopefully one day. Uh, I've seen Skillet many times, but I don't know
Oh,
why I
Skillet,
haven't.
yes.
Yeah, I love Skillet. We saw them at Winter Jam and everything, and then Lakes Jam last year. But I don't know. I don't know why we haven't seen POD, but I would love to. Or I'd love to play some shows with them. Hopefully one day. But
I've seen a lot of different bands. POD, I mean not POD, 12 Stones,
uh-huh.
Newsboys. Probably my second favorite is probably Red. I'm a huge, huge Red fan.
Oh,
You
I
ever done any
love
shows with
them.
them?
No, no, I played with their drummer before, but no, I haven't done shows with them. We saw them at Winter Jam though, and I would love, yeah, I love their music. Like one of my favorite songs is "Breathe." But
Oh, yes,
that's,
that's a good one.
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I would love to. So hopefully, but we haven't so far.
Yeah, their song "Not Alone," man. Like I'm a grown man, and I don't,
Yeah,
I don't get emotional about much, but
yeah,
there is songs that make me cry, and that if you don't listen to that song "Not Alone" and not cry, you're not a man. There's something
yeah,
wrong with you.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Yeah, that
know, because
song's awesome.
and so there's two videos. Somebody took a video of one of their foreign tours
Uh-huh,
and cut that one out to where just that one only on
uh-huh.
YouTube. But then if you go to Red's YouTube page, they have a fan letters video,
Hmm.
and I love anti-suicide songs to keep people from committing suicide, whatever. Like I
Yeah,
listen to a lot of Christian rap music, but that song
yeah,
is basically an anti-suicide song that
uh-huh,
shows you that you're not alone, and just like you can pause the video
yeah.
and read the fan letters, and it is so sad to read these fan letters, but it's good to see that people were changed by that song.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome
Because
to
I,
see how God can use music and um, just to encourage people and help people and speak through music and and just change their lives.
amen.
So yeah.
So
That's all.
do you do you listen to any Christian rap music?
A little bit. I'm not too into rap. I like Lecrae.
That's
But
cool.
that's probably about it. I'm more into like rock and then some pop as well. Um, but yeah, but Lecrae is awesome. And I love his new song with Michael Sweet of Striper.
Yes, that is
That
a
is,
great song.
yeah, and
To
for
hell with
Kingdom
the
Country.
devil.
Yeah, yeah, that's so powerful. I love that they collab together. Like it's so I wouldn't expect that collaboration, but it was awesome. I love it.
Yeah, he did a phenomenal job. Like I've never met Lecrae, but I've seen him twice, and he is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
he's so cool. I think he's playing at Soul Fest and we're playing there too, so I'm excited to see him there. That'll be fun.
so Joshua's question is, weirdest concert ever?
Weirdest concert ever. Oh,
Uh
that's
oh, she.
oh, that's a great question. Weirdest concert ever. Let me think about that one.
Yeah, that is a good question. I never would have thought to ask that.
Yeah. I mean, the one that stands out, but I already mentioned it, is Rockfest just because of the whole, you know, storm and the bubble cloud. Um, there was, I don't know, it's not weird, but it was cool. Like after 2020, where everything was shut down um, for so long, um, and we played at Rockfest again. Like after that, this was a different time. And this just stands out to me because the energy in that crowd was so awesome. I mean, there was nothing weird about it, but just because everyone, was so excited to be back, and with people and just at live shows, and it just the whole energy was electrifying. It was awesome, and I think that was like the best show, and um, and I could just feel each other's excitement, and the fans' excitement in the crowd, and that was awesome. But it wasn't weird. I'm trying to think of some weird ones. Um, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's a tough one. Um, we've had, yeah, I don't know. Honestly,
Well,
I'm sorry.
I know what I'm ready to see. I'm ready to
Yeah.
see Russ Lee and New Song put you guys as a headliner on Winter Jam next year.
That would be awesome. We would love that. I know Seventh Day Slumber was on it last year, and
Yes.
that was so
Oh,
cool. And then Disciple the
look.
year before, but
Oh, I was there for the Disciple show the year before. It was awesome. We the Kingdom was awesome,
uh,
but Disciple was my favorite. But We the Kingdom put on the wildest show you ever see. And
are
then
you serious?
yeah, like when they was you there for that one?
No, I was there the year before. I think was Skillet. I didn't get to go to that one though, unfortunately.
Oh, We the Kingdom. Like I've seen them. Like you can tell. Like some bands. I
Uh-huh.
mean, I seen We the Kingdom open for David Crowder. I love David Crowder,
Yeah,
and they put on a good show opening for David Crowder at the wharf over at the beach.
yeah,
But it was good. But when they're headlining,
yeah.
there's just certain bands when they're headlining, they put on a more phenomenal show than on shows where they're not headlining.
Okay.
And We the Kingdom, let me tell you, it was extravagant. When I say extravagant, they had all these pyrotechnic on stage. They had
Really?
like all these props. They were dancing all over the place. It was really really phenomenal. And of course,
Wow.
Disciple was like fire in your face, Jesus, Jesus.
Right.
And and then I'm on the 7 Day Slumber Street team,
Yeah.
and I've seen them 3 times and met Joseph and the guys all 3 times.
Uh-huh.
And I'll say this about 7 Day Slumber:
Yeah.
when the China virus hit, um, um, they were out of all the bands in the world.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Jason Aldean, Eminem, all these big name bands.
Right.
Nobody was touring, but you know who was touring? 3 Christian bands,
Yeah.
which was cool. It was 7 Day Slumber.
Yeah, I
It
remember
was
that.
it was Relent, and
Yeah.
then the Protest.
Yeah.
And I met all 3 of them, and it
Yeah.
was at a church in the city of Mobile, which is a little over an hour from me.
Yeah.
And they played this church, and they were bragging about how out of all these bands in the world, everybody's shut down from touring, but
Right.
we're not because of the grace of God. And
Right.
and and if it wasn't for God, they wouldn't have been touring. So that was cool.
That's
that there
awesome.
was hope spread through all across America with these three bands that were touring,
That's
and
awesome.
and that goes to show you the power of God, how He provides.
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that. That is
That'd be
awesome.
that'd be another epic show if y'all could get a song with them. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, 7 Day Slumber. I would love that.
So
I
have
would
you
love
met
that.
Joseph?
Yeah, I've met him a few times. We went to one of their shows at a church, and then we played with them at I think it was Unity Fest last summer in Wisconsin, and
That's
um,
cool.
so yeah, we actually got so we got to talk to them, and we actually I think we headlined that show, and they played there. The Letter Black was there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and got to talk to them. They're really nice people, and a few others. So yeah, they're all really good people. But we would love to do like a tour with them or something. And
And
um,
Joseph, I'll say this: he is super super down to earth. He's just
yeah,
a regular dude like
yeah,
me.
yeah,
And,
he's a
and
cool guy.
that's one of the things I noticed because a lot of these,
Uh-huh.
like some of these artists you meet, they're just super super stuck up. But
Right.
when it comes to these Christian artists, most of y'all are just awesome people.
Oh, thanks.
You know,
Thanks.
I ain't gonna lie, I would super love to meet you. I would nerd out. I ain't
Right
gonna
here.
lie.
We'll come to a show, and hopefully we'll meet.
Oh, you best believe I'm coming to the show, and I got a video camera
Uh-huh.
that I use for because I work and volunteer for um, a group called Southern Dirt Track Report that my
Uh-huh.
buddy Artie runs. Basically, what it is we film and promote dirt track racing in the South.
Okay.
And so all my local tracks I go to, I take my little video camera here and I film the races. And it's a new camera and I love it. So
Awesome.
I went to a Christian event a few weeks ago called
Okay.
Outreach at the Beach,
Uh-huh.
and it was a it was a Christian event put on by the Christian rapper Clean Slate Music,
Okay.
and his name is Joshua Hutchinson, and then he put it on, and it was like it was in Gulfport, Mississippi. So they
Mm-hmm.
had a car show that morning,
Uh-huh.
and then they had Christian music all the way from 12
Uh,
o'clock that day to 10 p.m. that night.
oh, nice. That's
And there
awesome.
was one Christian worship band. I don't remember the name.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was a Christian rock band called Given Grace, and then the rest of them were Christian rap artists.
Mm-hmm.
And that was quite the neat experience. I filmed a lot of the shows and put the videos on my YouTube. So whenever I see y'all live, it's definitely going to my Cooners Outdoors Ministries YouTube.
Awesome. Awesome. That's so cool.
Russell says feels like a heartbreak a little bit. Just kidding. So that song "Not Alone," I love songs of hope, songs of people that's down and out. Cause
Mhm.
I've got some really good friends that could use some prayers, and one of them is my friend Jessica Gerwer. I don't know if she's watching, but
Uh-huh.
we're praying for you, Jessica. If you need any prayers, just reach out to one of us on Facebook, Jessica.
Yeah, definitely.
Um,
I would love to pray with her.
and if anybody's got any other prayer requests, y'all leave them in the bottom there. But I love I love songs and messages about hope and people struggling with things in life
Yeah,
that don't know the full love of Jesus or what He can do. And
right.
I can promise you that no matter what you go through in life, God's always there.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We've seen him do so many like different miracles. Yeah, it's been really cool. Um, and one of the things I love to do after shows is like talk to people and pray with them. And we actually had someone last year, and interesting enough, it was at Life Fest. But he came up to us and was just sharing his life and how he was sexually abused actually, and and he was a Satanist too. Um, and he shared his heart with me. It was really cool, and I got to talk to him about Jesus and encourage him and just share about the love of Jesus and pray with him. And so I just hope that those songs like "You're Not Alone" and carries me, and not today. Just if anyone is like thinking about suicide or um, struggling with whatever, I just hope that that really speaks to them, um, and God uses that in their lives. But um,
Wow, that
yeah,
is awesome.
so that was really an impactful moment. Just just
I
to pray
bet
with
that
that person.
was
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you wasn't expecting to have a conversation like that. So that just goes to show you
yeah,
how God puts people in your life. I've always said that everything happens for a reason, and
yeah.
that is one of those things that boom, that was supposed to happen.
Definitely, definitely. Yeah, we've seen all kinds of different things. And even in a Life Fest, again, there was just so much. I don't know, at that one show, there was just so much happening. I don't know why, but my bass player had just literally right before we got on stage, we were like headlining the Edge stage, and right before on stage, all of a sudden he had something happen with his back, and he didn't do anything. So it was just kind of random, and um, he told my husband and me, and my husband just felt strongly to like pray over him for like healing prayer, because he was saying he was having a hard time, like he was in a lot of pain. He was having a hard time even moving his back. So my husband just prayed over him, that he would be instantly healed. So he got on stage, and like during the first song, all of a sudden something happened and his back was fine, and it was so
Wow,
cool. Yeah. So God like healed him instantly, and then he was fine for the rest of the show, and for the rest of our set. But
wow.
yeah. So that was definitely a miracle. We've seen so many cool things happen, and God do so many amazing things. So it's pretty cool.
So here's a story for you.
Mhm.
So I've shared this. This is episode number 42, I believe, on my show.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And I've shared this hundreds of times, but I'm sure there's some people in here because we got 7 watching. It looks like
Hmm.
that hasn't heard this story yet.
Yeah.
So my dad, anybody knows me and my dad, we're like this. We're real close. And
Mm-hmm.
several years ago, he was working out of state, working for a chemical company in Louisiana, and was living in Texas. So
Okay.
I was driving across the border to go work at the plant. And so one day he's on his off day and he's getting a massage.
Hmm.
And he tells the lady at the massage place, he says, "Hey, I don't feel good. I gotta go."
Hmm.
So he grabs his stuff and goes to leave.
Hmm.
And he calls his friend Harold McGowan
Hmm.
and he says, "Harold, meet me at so and so hospital." And I don't even remember the name of the hospital.
Yeah.
But they went down there, or actually, my dad got down there. And Harold got there 5 minutes later.
Hmm.
And he had seen my dad slumped over in front of the nurses and just had a widowmaker, which is the worst heart attack in the world.
Oh wow.
And so I had the widowmaker. And um, so I'm all flipping out. I'm on Facebook tagging my
Yeah.
dad in posts and I was like, everybody pray for him.
Right.
And then I had to fly down there, which I hope I never do again. I hate flying.
Yeah.
And so I fly down there, and then my oldest brother Maury was the first one there, and then my middle brother Blake was there later.
Hmm.
And Maury said that foreign doctor that saved my dad, I don't remember the guy's name, but he said that foreign doctor told him,
Hmm.
he said, you know what? He said, we always do this surgery on the right side,
Hmm.
but he said he felt that God told him to do the surgery on the left side.
Oh.
And usually when you think of these foreign doctors, they usually not, most of the time, not Christian. But for him
Right.
to say that tells me he was a believer.
Right. Right.
So he said that he did the surgery on the left side,
Hmm.
and that's where the blockage was.
Oh
And
wow.
so he said his right artery was born on his left side, and his left artery was born on his right side,
No way.
which is super rare. And they said it's not
Wow.
the rarest thing they've ever seen, but it was rare. And
Wow.
so his
That's
heart was, that is wild.
that's awesome. Wow. That God told him and that he knew. That's awesome.
And so his heart was beating at
Yeah.
10%.
Okay.
And and they said a normal person's heart beats at 72%. If it's any more than that, that's not good. If it's
Okay.
less than that, it's not good.
Yeah.
So So by a miracle of God, it was beating at 45% the next day.
Oh, wow.
And so I met one of these foreign doctors, and I was thanking him. I was like, "Hey, I'll buy
Right.
you a steak dinner and
Right.
whatever." And the guy said, "No, no, no, I'm not the one to save your dad." I said, "Well, okay,
Uh-huh.
that's a bummer, but hey, I'll still buy you because you're the regular doctor that's gonna see him." So
Yeah.
and so was talking with him, and he was showing the X-rays and stuff,
Mhm.
and so and I had a lady. I don't even remember the lady's name, but apparently she was friends with my dad, and she commented on my post,
Uh-huh.
and she said because you believed, and it worked. And I was like, "What do you mean?"
Uh-huh.
And she said, "Well, because you believe that prayer works, then it worked."
Wow.
And so that really hit me because I've been telling people that same story. That was 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
And like I tell people, like people pray all the time
Yeah.
and they don't get prayers answered or whatever. But
Yeah.
you have to believe that it works, then it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah. Have faith. Yeah. Wow,
It
that's
was
awesome.
what's the Bible say? Have faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that yeah, that's and so and a mustard seed. For those that don't know what a mustard seed is, take this ink pen and put a dot, and it's smaller than the dot of this ink pen.
Yeah.
So
It's
that
tiny.
goes. That's right, and you have to not only and there's people that always try to rush God, and I'm
Mhm.
like, look, I tell a awesome friend of mine this all the time.
Yeah.
I tell him, I say, look, God's not a magic genie in a bottle. He's
Right.
not going. He's going to do what he going to do when he wants to do it in
Right.
his time, and quit trying to rush him, homie, because
Right.
it don't work like that, you know.
Right. 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 And he shows up just in the nick of time is what I've noticed. Like when you're like,
Exactly.
okay, I need this now. Like, like it's just like, yeah, it's like he wants you to really, really lean on him and trust him and believe he's going
That's
to do
right.
it. And then he'll show up right when you need
And
it.
that's right. And here's one more story for you.
Mm.
And I've shared this story dozens and dozens of times. So to show you how everything happens for a reason.
Mhm.
So I'm an announcer at a dirt racetrack,
Uh-huh.
and it's called Tri County Speedway is the name of it. And we're in the little community of Pollard, Alabama.
Uh-huh.
And so we race every other Saturday. We race every 2 weeks.
Mhm.
And so one night last year, it was either I think it was my second race last year,
Mhm.
second or third race that I'd announced that, and then now I'm back full time this year.
Oh.
But I was getting ready to leave the racetrack, and my friend Jamie and um, Joshua says, "Been awesome watching and listening. Going to dive deep into my writing. Appreciate you tuning in, Joshua. I really do.
Yeah.
I think highly of you. Thank you." And
Happy
so
night, Joshua.
like I leave or
Mhm.
actually I hadn't left yet. Mr. Ike calls me, and because my buddy Jamie races, and
Yeah.
Mr. Ike's his dad, and Ike says, "Hey, where you at, Jared?" I said, "Well, I'm still at the racetrack." He said, "Well, meet us at Whataburger." And now it's like
Uh-huh.
12 something at night,
Yeah.
and so I met him at Whataburger in the town over called Bruton,
Uh,
and we leave, and then I go right outside of Bruton. There's a 2-lane road right there,
yeah.
and one goes this way, and then one goes that way. And then you got the other lane over there is for the cars coming this way.
Uh-huh.
And so I knew that Jamie doesn't like people riding behind him
Mhm.
because he drives a little slow when he's leaving the racetrack.
Mhm.
He's got a big old diesel truck with a big trailer behind it, and his race car is on the inside.
Mhm.
And so so I pass him. I set my cruise to 60 and a 55.
Mhm.
And as soon as I pass him, the 2-lane ends right there. Well, when it does, I seen 2 deer on the side of the road, and these 2 deer run out in the road, and I slam on brakes. And when I did, I smoked one of those deer,
Oh, wow.
and I hit it pretty hard on the driver's side of my truck.
Yeah.
And I could have cried because my truck means the world to me.
Oh, wow.
And so I pull over, and on the side of the road, I see Jamie pass me. He pulls over, puts his flashers on.
Yeah.
He calls me and says, "You okay?" And I said, well, I just smoked this freaking deer. I said,
Yeah.
it messed my truck up, but I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
And so a minute later, while he's calling me, I seen this little red pickup truck pull up,
Yeah.
and it looked like an early '90s, late '80s Toyota pickup, little small pickup. And the guy
Mm.
pulls over, and
Yeah.
it's this little young guy, younger than me, and I could tell he was an old redneck boy like me. And he asked me, he said, the first question he asked me, I don't remember because I was too busy looking for plastic pieces to my truck in the road. But the second question he asked me,
Uh-huh.
he says, "Hey man, you want this deer?" I said, "No, I don't want this deer."
Yeah.
And then he asked me, he said, "Hey, you got a flashlight?" I said, "No, but my phone went flying in my truck somewhere. I got to find my phone."
Mm-hmm.
So about a minute or two, he's looking for this deer, and Jamie starts walking towards me.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't know he was friends of mine. He asked me, he says, "Hey, you reckon he wants this deer?" I said, "No, he don't want this deer."
Uh-huh.
And then so Jamie gets up there, and I'm still looking for plastic pieces, and the old boy asked Jamie. He said, "Hey, you got a flashlight?"
Uh,
And Jamie said, "Well, I got a little headlamp here." And I said, I told the guy, I said, "Man, I'm still looking for my phone." And and so he helps him. Oh, found the deer. So he found it, and then so we're sitting there talking, and then the guy says, "Hey," he asked Jamie. He said, "Hey, do you want this deer?"
mm-hmm.
He said, "No, buddy, I don't want this deer." He
Mm-hmm.
said, "All right." And he said, "Well, I don't need a deer. I just got one about 175 pounds." But he said, "I'm gonna call my uncle and see if he wants this deer." Now, mind you, this is 12:30 in the morning, almost 1 o'clock,
Uh-huh.
and he was dead serious about calling his uncle. He called his uncle at almost 1 o'clock in the morning
Uh-huh.
and asked him if he wanted this deer, and apparently he did.
Really?
And then, yeah, and then he asked us. He said, "Hey, can y'all help me load this deer?" I
Huh.
was like, "What?" And
Really?
Jamie, yeah, and Jamie says, "Well, I don't want to get blood in my truck, so let me get this other end, and you get that end."
Uh-huh.
It's like, okay, we
Yeah.
load, and so they loaded the deer up.
Really?
Yes, and the guy said thank you and drives off, and that is the most redneck story I can ever
Ah,
tell people. Like I thought I was backwoods redneck, but that was,
that
and
that is right
that
next
took
door.
the, yeah, that is rated R for redneck right there. And so I
Wow.
told, he left with the deer, said thank you fellas or whatever, left with the deer.
Yeah.
And I drove back home and then almost hit some hogs on the way home.
Oh
But
wow.
what I tell people about that story is,
Yeah.
so Jamie's got a big F-250 truck. So it was
Yeah.
him, his dad, Mr. Ike, who's 65, and their friend Jason,
Yeah.
that goes to races with us. It was three big guys in that truck,
Mm-hmm.
and I really do think that was supposed to happen.
Uh-huh.
I was supposed to hit that deer because if I hadn't hit that deer,
Yeah.
Jamie would have hit it with three guys in there plus that big old race car, and it
Ah.
could have killed them.
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
I tell people now I may never know until I get to heaven and ask Jesus was that was supposed to happen. But
Right.
I will put my hand on my Bible that I swear I
Right.
think I was supposed to pass them and hit that deer.
Yeah.
I and I ain't gonna lie, I was upset
Yeah.
because anybody knows me knows I love my truck to death.
Right. Right.
But then I started praying about it, and like a minute later, I wasn't as upset anymore. I was like, well,
Yeah.
and then this lady, Miss Deborah, commented on my post on Facebook,
Uh-huh.
and then she commented and said, well, you know what? Maybe that was supposed to happen. And then I got to thinking about her comment. I said, you know
Yeah.
what? Maybe I was supposed to hit that because if they would have hit it, it could have killed them
Right.
and
Yeah.
done a lot worse.
Yeah.
So,
That could
so
be.
I just thank the Lord it wasn't worse and that I did it instead of them.
Right. And you were okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then
I know
another,
what you mean. I've had things happen. It's like, wait a minute, but then I realized, oh, if that didn't happen, this would have happened. So yeah, yeah, that's so interesting. But I know exactly what you're talking about.
and
That's
then
so
another thing to add to that too is
hmm
people. When he asked about feeding his uncle, like asked his uncle if he wanted that deer.
uh-huh.
Somebody said, well, I don't remember who it was. They said, well, what if his uncle didn't have any food? What if he really needed that deer to eat? And
Yeah.
I could have fed somebody. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's so interesting. Well,
Well, I
thank
tell you
God
what.
you're okay, and thank God they, you know,
Yes, thank you.
they are okay too. But
So, but before you go, I got another question.
yeah, sure.
So, what do you call Jesus working out?
What do I call him working out?
Yes,
I don't know.
Jehovah Fitness.
Ah, nice. I have not heard that one, but that's good.
So I could just picture walking into a gym called Jehovah Fitness, and you see a picture of Jesus lifting barbells.
That would be awesome. I love
Well,
that.
so is there anything you? Oh wait, Peter's got a question.
Yeah,
Favorite Bible verse?
my favorite Bible verse. Well, I have a lot. Like I've been reading Psalms lately, um, but I mean, honestly, I would say, and it obviously it's well known. Everyone knows that, if you're Christian, is John 3:16. Just because, my heart in what God has called me to do. I'm an evangelist, and so um and that verse just spells it out so clearly, for God so loved the world, and it's just so clear. And so that is one of my favorites, is John 3:16. So
That is awesome. I love that one.
yeah,
Peter
awesome.
says, "Okay, speaking of bad dad jokes, why does Waldo always wear striped shirts? Because he doesn't want to be spotted."
Ah, that's a good one. Nice
Speaking of
one.
Waldo, I'm a huge Chuck Norris fan,
Are
and
you?
yeah, Chuck Norris is a Christian too, which a lot of people don't
No.
know.
I know that. Yeah, I know. He's awesome.
A- And
Yeah.
they said Chuck Norris is the reason Waldo is hiding. So so you got anything else you want to end the show with? If anybody's got any prayer requests, y'all leave them in the comment section. Um, or do you want to leave out with a prayer or anything?
Yeah. Well, first, I just like to say, yeah, if anyone's at a show, feel free after to come ask for prayer. Would love to pray for you if you need prayer for anything. And just check out all our shows on ignescentmusic.com. Go to the tour tab or follow us at the bands in town, Ignescent Music there as well. Listen to our songs on Spotify, Not Today by Ignescent. And so um, just check us out there too. But yeah, I would love to end with a prayer.
Awesome. And one quick thing. So I talked with Jason a while back, and one of the things I want to do is,
Mhm.
we're trying to grow our station. We're just a small online Christian
Yeah.
radio station right now.
Okay.
But one of the things I want to do is eventually go to FM. But the next thing I want to do, I'm gonna get me a setup,
Yeah.
um, and I want to do a Christian rock show where all I do is play Christian rock music for about 2 hours
Awesome.
live on air. And I
Awesome.
want to get it to where I can do interviews also. And when we do, y'all are gonna be on the list to be interviewed on the show and play your music.
Okay. Awesome. We would love that. That would be awesome. Thank you.
So Peter says, actually, major prayer request. Really struggling to find God's purpose for my life right now. It's been
Okay.
a rough last year, but God is good.
Okay.
Oh, we,
We'll
we
pray.
got you, Peter.
Yeah.
And
We'll pray right now.
and also pray for my friend Jessica. She needs a really huge prayer. So appreciate
Okay.
y'all.
Okay. All right. I'll pray right now. Dear Lord, I want to pray for Peter right now, God. He's struggling just to find his purpose right now, and just going through a lot of different things. I just pray for breakthrough in his life, God. I pray for physical healing for Peter. I pray for emotional healing for him, God. I know I've struggled these last few years as well, um, and I know you've just recently just there's just been a lot of breakthrough in my life and a lot of prayers answered. And I don't know, we don't always know your timing, and we don't understand sometimes the things that we go through. um, but I just pray that you reveal that to Peter. And I know sometimes you have us go through hard things just so that we can experience those things and encourage others later in it, in what they're going through. And but I just pray for peace for him, for joy, God, and I just pray that you just help him, God, encourage him, um, bring a Bible verse to mind, or something, and someone in his life just to encourage him, and just let him know that he is loved and you have not forgotten him and you are there for him. Um, but I just pray for a big breakthrough for him this week, God, and an answered prayer for him, God. And I pray for Jessica, what she's struggling with, God. I just pray you reveal yourself to her. Um, I just pray for your peace, your sense of your love in her life, and that if she doesn't know you, that she comes to know you, God, very soon. Um, I just pray for an encounter um, with you, God, in her life, so big that she knows that it's you and it could not be anyone else but you. And in that, if she doesn't know you, that she gives her life to you, God, and just bless her, bless Peter, um, and bless all of us, God, and just lead and guide us in our walk with you. We love you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's been really, really awesome. I enjoyed it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's I'm noticing it's getting kind of dark here. It's kind of, so I think I'm like, I didn't want to go over there and turn on the light. It was light before, so I'm getting a little shaded here. But yeah, it's a little dark background. I hope you don't mind. But yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was an honor to be on here, and I'd love to come on again. It was great meeting you.
Look, anytime you ever want to come on, because I've had several people back to back or different times, so it don't matter how much you come on. I'll be glad to have you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great night.
See ya. Have a good one.
God bless.
All right, y'all. So that was Jennifer Benson with Ignescent. If you heard that song earlier, she has the most heavenly voice. Wow, what a beautiful voice she has. So y'all go support Ignescent. Go to the website, buy some CDs, buy some merch, go to shows, look at their tour dates on their Facebook. Go subscribe to their YouTube. And I went to Amazon and bought that song, You're Not Alone, and downloaded it. So y'all got to play that. So what a really, really, really great song. And thank you for coming on. We had a bunch of people tuned in tonight. We had it 7 most of the night, and then go back down to 3, 4. Now we're up to 7 again. But appreciate Marcus watching. Tony, thank you for watching, Tony. Music Crush Muddy. Appreciate everybody watching. God loves you. Jesus saves. Reach out to me anytime if y'all ever want to be a guest on the show. Have a Bible discussion for about an hour. Really, really good show. I got some more good shows, and I'm hopefully pretty soon gonna have me some T-shirts made. I gotta give a shout out to Scott Sessions' wife, Miss Beverly at Black Flag Apparel. Um, Scott Sessions runs Northwest Florida Speedway, and so his wife does T-shirts and apparel. So hopefully she can get me hooked up on some nice American-made T-shirts, and then I'll be able to get the ones out that ordered T-shirts. I'll be able to get those out to y'all, and want to do some other things. If y'all want to donate to my ministry, you can. If you want to donate to Quake Radio, uh, here's the banner for donating to Quake Radio. Let's see. You can go to Quake Radio. Well, you can go to quakeradio.com, or you can donate by that link that's scrolling at the bottom. Or if you want to donate to help my ministry, send me a message on Messenger, and I can get you my Cash App. So I hope to, and y'all like my page, man. If I get to 2,000 likes on my page, I'll do another giveaway. But I'm gonna need several people to participate in my giveaway because I didn't have a whole lot of people to participate in my last giveaway. But I will say this: I got to give a shout out to my buddy Adam Monahan. That's my awesome friend, lives in Missouri, man. That is one of my brothers, man. I've never met him, but as much as we talk all the time, he's done a lot for me. I've done a lot for him. I appreciate Adam because he entered last year. He entered my contest when I got over 1,000 likes, and he won the contest. So, which was really awesome. I had a DAV album delivered to Dorn to Victorious. I had one of their albums. I sent in the mail to him. Then I had another Rhett Walker band, Rhett Walker's album, um, Gospel Song was the name of the album. He won that. And then he won the Cooners Outdoors Ministries decal, and then the other CD. And it was two or three other small items I put in there. So maybe I can do a an even bigger giveaway when I get 2,000, but got to get to 2,000 likes. Um, y'all keep sharing this, tell everybody. But we'll see y'all later. God loves you. Jesus saves.